Wait, how many brothers was on your high school team again?
2015, 2.
2 brothers was on your high school team?
Yeah, winning state championships and everything.
I could tell.
Well, how did you tell?
Smoked them.
Yeah.
Smoked. It was like, so on a whole, how many players on the football team?
Like 100?
100 players on the 2 brothers on it.
Starting corner. Cameron Parker, amazing, dude.
It's not about the football stuff, dog. It ain't about that.
What's it about?
Like cat, like it's just like
I'm just asking a simple
Wagons.
question.
wagons.
You
cat.
taught me the wagon. I like it.
It's like I'm teaching this dude something new every
But I
day.
feel like this has been around for a while. Why is he doing that?
And then when I say "ya mean," you're like, "What do you mean, ya mean?"
No. I know what that means. I heard it in a rap song.
Hey, it's all good, bro.
He's teaching you about Cam Ward, and you're teaching him.
I'm teaching you about
lessons
Cam
anybody-
Ward.
Can we go back to the topic?
You the one who took me off the
I
topic.
just was wondering because like cap is like a word everybody knows, and he said, "What does it mean?" I was like, "Okay, well, how many brothers play on your football team?" And 2, so it makes
Back in South Lake, cap wasn't a thing back in 2005. You know what I'm saying?
slang has always been a thing.
But not cap, Bob.
I love it.
I feel you.
Thanks for teaching me, guys.
Shout out to Cameron Parker.
Cameron Parker.
Hey, look, Shady, T. Higgins, that's the superstar for the Bengals. Can the Bengals afford to lose T?
I need a second.
Receiver.
No. That's the quarterback. We need a second.
I'm not going on receiver topics. James, what we got?
Cap is no cap. The truth. I just need a
No,
second.
no, they cannot afford to lose T. Higgins, right? T. Higgins probably telling the truth. They probably ain't talking to him about no long term. probably is cap. But no, man. Where are you going if you lose T. Higgins? And I understand you could get a receiver in the draft in the second round, but he's not going to be T. Higgins, especially fresh out of the draft. At least we don't think so. But it's not even about T. Higgins, though, fellas.
Oh.
You lost Joe Mixon. You lost Tyler Boyd last year, right?
Yep.
And this year you're telling me you're going to lose T. Higgins. So at least when you lose Tyler Boyd and you lose Joe Mixon, 2 really good offensive players on your team, at least you can say, we good. We still got T and we still got Chase to throw to.
Yeah.
We'll be all right. Add a couple pieces around them to get some good football from, we'll be okay. Now you're telling me remove T. Higgins from the situation and it's just double team Jamar Chase.
Yeah.
And Joe Burrow go out there and ball out and go to work. On top of we got to make sure we get this offensive line right and all that type stuff. That's crazy to me when you talk about trying to get Joe Burrow back to a Super Bowl. That's all I'm worried about right now. I'm not worried about getting into the playoffs. I'm not worried about Joe Burrow throwing for 5,000 yards. I'm worried about how can we get Joe Burrow back to the Super Bowl. And if we keep on losing these big-time players, how are we getting back to that game? And we ain't seen Joe Burrow play without big-time players around him. Not saying he won't be good because I believe Joe is like that. But we can't keep losing big-time players thinking that we're going to get through Josh Allen, we're going to get through Lamar Jackson, we're going to get through Patty Mahomes, we're going to get through C.J. Stroud, and I can keep on going on in the AFC with these good quarterbacks over here in the AFC that we're going to get through these dudes with no playmakers around us, and then all the attention goes to Jamar Chase. I don't understand it. It's not a good idea. They need to find a way to get him paid, to keep him there, if you are trying to get back to that game to where Joe Burrow took you to.
I don't disagree with you, but can the Bengals afford to lose
No.
T. Higgins? I don't think they can afford to keep him. If I'm
that's
being
true.
completely honest with you, because
That's
so
no
we have
cap
some
right there.
notable, no cap,
No
that's
cap,
telling the
bro.
truth right there. Notable receiver duos making at least $30 million for the number 1, and the low end of 24, there's 3. Debo's about to get cut or traded, so it's Tyreek and Jalen Waddle. It's A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith. Okay, none of those guys are making close to what Jamar Chase is, because the GM, Duke Tobin, I believe, for the Bengals said Jamar Chase is going to be the highest paid non-quarterback in NFL history. So call it $36 million. T. Higgins, if he goes to free agency, I would imagine he's going to make $30 million. So you have a $36 million number 1 and a $30 million number 2. Make it make sense. But then on the other side, I don't think Joe Burrow can afford to lose him.
Correct.
So it's like it's a very tricky subject and a tricky thing for the Bengals, because you got to pay Jamar Chase. Trey Hendrickson led the league, or second in the league in led the league in sacks. And then if you heard him, the Duke Tobin guy, the GM at the Combine, they said they need to be aggressive to fill other holes within the team. Where does all this money come from? The Bengals are not known for just throwing money at them. So I think Jamar Chase gets paid.
True. Bengals don't
And then but the thing is, though, I believe, and we were talking about this earlier, I believe that T. Higgins is an amazing number 2. We've never seen him be a number 1. Because when you're a number 1, what are you rolling a safety over Jamar Chase or T. Higgins? Jamar Chase. That's why T. Higgins is able to get busy. We've never seen him, not saying he can't, but we've never seen him be the number 1 guy where he's the one who gets double teamed. And so I think if he can take less, which I think for Joe Burrow wants him to, but I don't think they can afford him.
They can't afford to lose him. I know that much. I think they can't afford him. I know they can't afford to lose him. The Bengals, y'all have done this before. You've done it before. You got rid of Tyler Boyd. Oh, we can replace him. We can replace him with Jermaine Burton out of Alabama. Alabama receivers should be locks. That's what they've proven over the last 15 years. Jermaine Burton gave you 107 yards, 4 catches on the season. Oh, we can replace Joe Mixon. Now, shout out to Chase Brown. Chase Brown did come on and have a solid season. But you've tried to do this before, Bengals fans. So if you think, oh, we can just replace T. Higgins in the draft, there's no guarantee. You just drafted a 3rd-round pick in Jermaine Burton, and quite literally everything that could go wrong did go wrong. He was a healthy and active in Week 9 because he missed the plane. He didn't travel in Week 13 for a non-related issue. January of 2025, he just got evicted from his apartment complex because anything that can go wrong, like Murphy's Law suggests, it has gone wrong. There's no guarantee that a rookie is going to be able to come in there and ball. Rookies got to deal with all types of stuff. So you can't afford to lose T. Higgins. You couldn't afford to lose Tyler Boyd. You couldn't really afford to lose Joe Mixon. I don't think you can afford to lose T.
Did you regroup yet, my dog? We gave you 3 beep.
Like 6 minutes.
I'm going to say yes, though, right? They can afford to lose him, right? But then on 2 different occasions. One is, I think it's time, because I don't think we've seen the best of T. Higgins. I don't think. I don't know. We don't know how good he really is. I think he was really good coming out of Clemson. He's been good with the Bengals, but it's one thing when you're the number 1 receiver. It's another thing when you're second and you're number 2 receiver, right? When all the plays are going to number 1, I think let's let him go to a new team. Let him have his own show. Jamar Chase is phenomenal, right? And it's like you can't compete for that role. But I think if we can see him go somewhere where he can be number 1, maybe we'll see some better stats. Maybe we can see the real T. Higgins. That's one part. Number 2 is, I hear what y'all saying about drafting wide receivers, but since I've been watching the last 4 years of football, the wide receiver position is the easiest one to get production out of a rookie in his first or second year than any other position. Do y'all agree with that?
I agree with that.
I've been seeing dudes come in the league year 1 and like all pro stat. I'm like, man.
It's a deep class, too.
But they just missed.
Okay, all right, nothing's 100%. There's nothing 100%. There's teams that miss all the time.
Deep class.
What I would say is, I think you replace him, get a wide receiver. It's a deep wide receiver draft, right? And then, because you got other holes to fill, like Chase talked about. The defense couldn't stop a nosebleed, right, at all. And I think on offense, maybe get another lineman or 2, right? Get some guys on defense. Because right now, when I look at Joe Burrow, he put up 51 yards passing, right? Now, Higgins had 900 yards of that. That's good, right? But Jamar Chase got majority of that. You get what I'm saying?
Triple crown.
You telling me you can't get another wide receiver from the draft class come in and get 800 yards? Would it make a difference? 900, 800 yards?
Yeah.
Because all the attention is going to Jamar Chase.
The impact will make a difference. T. Higgins is...
He's a good player.
No doubt, but he is Joe Burrow's really security blanket when I just got to drop back and throw the ball up. He is that for Joe Burrow. Going up and making them 50-50 catches, that is what T. Higgins... That's what T. Higgins does.
Let me say this. I bet a lot of money on these games for parlays and all that and for props.
I agree with you,
and sometimes he don't even look at T. Higgins.
Really quick, though, because I agree with him, too, because of Joe Burrow. Joe Burrow can help the number 2.
When we return, Luka Doncic, he helped everybody.